Coming up on Good Morning Texas, spring break is just around the corner. We asked UT students to express their excitement.
Our climbing skills were put to the test when we visited the Austin Bouldering project.
And we celebrate St. Patrick's Day a little early in the kitchen.
All this and more coming up on Good Morning Texas. Good Morning Texas, I'm Brianna Stone.
And I'm Sandy Marion. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday morning. So, y'all know what time it is. It's midterm time, and let me tell y'all, the long nights are, not ending anytime soon.
Well, I have one today, so I was up late last night studying, and it was also pretty rainy, so it was pretty hard to wake up this morning.
It was, with the rain and the thunderstorms right there, it just made me want to go to sleep. But you know what, we're almost there. We got to keep the hustle going.
Well, speaking of midterms are piling up, projects are due, and all-nighters are increasing. But there may be one thing motivating students to finish off the stressful week. Rachel Melanson visited the SAC to find out how students feel about the upcoming spring break.
I'm here in the SAC finding out what students are doing this spring break and how they're feeling that it's almost here. What are your plans for the spring break?
I'm going to go back to Houston, spend a couple days up on Lake Livingston, and just spend time with my family.
I am shadowing at my mom's dentist's office, and then I'm also working.
Honestly, I'm going to a retreat, so yeah. And then going to Dallas for a bit.
I am going to a mission trip through a church in Austin.
So the first half of spring break, I'm actually really looking forward to doing absolutely nothing. Going to be chilling at home for a bit and hopefully catching up on sleep.
I'm actually really excited just to do nothing and kind of just relax.
I'm also overwhelmingly excited. I need something other than school.
So I'm actually pretty tired right now, so you probably can't tell, but I'm really excited to take a break.
Okay, to prove how happy you are for spring break, can you show me a little happy spring break dance?
Happy spring break.
Yeah, let's see it.
Join in with it?
Wait, what? I did join in.
I'm turning it back on.
Happy spring break.
There we go.
Happy dance? I mean, I can try, but...
Let's do it.
Do it?
Hey! Well, we found out some exciting plans for this spring break, and also that some of the UT students have a few dance skills. I'm Rachel Melanson. Good Morning, Texas.
Speaking of midterms, we have some helpful tips to help you get through the rough times of the semester. The first one being you should probably go to every lecture and not skip class, as many of us are always tempted to do.
Yeah, and definitely don't procrastinate. I think that's one of the biggest things we all do. We're all so guilty of doing, waiting till the last minute to study. I know I haven't been keeping up with studying as much, so I was cramming in everything last night for today's test. I mean, you could also say, I guess, spread out your studying throughout the week.
I think just pace yourself. Definitely don't try to do it all at once.
And then once those midterms are over, you could always reward yourself. And a cool thing that you could do here is rock climb. So, a GMTX tradition of the hottest things that are happening around Austin. And we recommend checking out this gym that's doing things a little bit differently. You might have been rock climbing before, but this sport takes it to the next level. Our Cameron Size got a grip on this new local facility.
If they're up there, they're like, well, I do know how to fall. So that's probably okay.
The Austin Bouldering Project opened last year and is quickly becoming one of the coolest things to do in Austin.
And we figured that Austin is a super cool town. It could take a lot more gyms in it, and it would support it, the climbing community support it, especially with all the college kids. And so we thought it was a good town. It was a good fit cultural-wise.
Yeah, I came by and took a tour, and it looked incredible, and I was like, I'm definitely going to love this place, and I have so far.
I'd say, you couldn't have picked something better to fit into the Austin community.
It's a sport that relates to rock climbing, but here's the catch. There's no ropes.
I think even the strongest climber, you get them on something kind of a little bit outside their limit, like close to their physical ability, and you put them up high and they're not sure about a move, like, yeah, I think everyone has a little bit of fear that they go through.
And it's that sport where it's kind of like almost like riding a bike. Like you work really hard at it, you finally get it, and then you're able to, you can take some time off.
The key to bouldering is these different colored rocks. Each pass signifies a different difficulty level, ranging from green being the easiest to white being the hardest.
Every setter has a list at the beginning of the day of what climbs you're supposed to go up that day on that wall section, and beyond that they can kind of pick and choose what they want to do.
So I'd say we're probably intermediate, medium.
Yeah,
We're working on some advanced stuff. Yeah. It just kind of depends. Like there's such a wide range of skill level.
I've been doing it for a number of years, and I'm still, I think, just intermediate.
I'd say we
just progressed into blacks.
Yeah.
We're projecting blues.
We're working on a lot of blues.
While you're challenging yourself on each different route, you're also challenging every muscle in your body.
If you look around at like very experienced climbers, you're going to find out that they're all extremely good shape. They're all in very, very good shape. It's very strong, hard on all of your upper body, your core, extremely hard on your core. And you get to harder levels, legs too. Actually, it's really important to have strong legs in climbing, so I think it's a pretty good overall body workout.
You're here for an hour or two and you're dead tired by the end of it.
Any body type, anyone who with like any sort of athletic ability, you can really step up and do that.
When you buy a day pass, you have access not only to the bouldering walls, but a full workout gym and a second floor study area.
And then students all the time, like study breaks, work up there.
Yeah,
I know some of his coworkers
Wi-Fi is
like
pretty
work up
awesome.
there.
So this provides everyone with like a really safe, fun environment to come in and just like hang out all day and be active, which is really nice.
You know, the important thing is having fun while doing it.
It's just a great facility.
I'm Cameron Sines. Good morning, Texas.
Well, I've never been rock climbing before, but it definitely looks like something fun to try. Austin has so many amazing things to try, so I think over spring break, I might go check that out, but I might practice a little bit in the rec before I go.
Oh, they do have it in the rec, don't they? I mean, I've never been either, so I think it's something we should definitely go out and try at least once, because it looks like a workout, and it looks like a lot of fun, too.
Well, speaking of lots of fun, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner. To celebrate, we decided to take it to the kitchen and put a festive twist on a common dessert. Our Rachel Melanson and Chelsea Moreno showed us how to make a great treat that will maybe give you some luck.
Hi, I'm Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner.
So we're going to be making some exciting, fun, green Rice Krispie treats.
To begin, we placed about 4 cups of marshmallows into a microwavable bowl. And then we microwaved them to melt them a little bit before we put them into the pot. Put half a stick of butter to go along with the melted marshmallow. Once the butter has melted a good amount, then you can go ahead and put the melted marshmallows into the pot with the melted butter. Stir in the melted marshmallows with the melted butter until you get a good consistency before you add in the Rice Krispies. Now here comes the fun part. We add in quite a few drops of green food coloring to really bring in the St. Patrick spirit through these Rice Krispie treats. Make sure to stir the food coloring until you get a nice green color. Pour in about 4 cups of Rice Krispies and stir them together until you see the nice green marshmallow Rice Krispies coming together. Add some Lucky Charms marshmallows as one last final lucky touch to these green Rice Krispie treats. Pour the Rice Krispie treats in a nice tray and spread them out and get ready to serve them. And now you know how to make some easy, no-bake, green St. Patrick's Day Rice Krispie treats.
I'm Rachel Melanson.
I'm Chelsea Moreno. Good morning, Texas.
It looks good, and you know what? With a little bit of food coloring, I feel like you could really spice things up, and I think it would be really cool to make some St. Patrick's Day drinks and you know, add a little food coloring to your water.
I think this all looks great. Green is my favorite color, so while some might think that it looked a little bit unusual, I love it, but yeah.
I think it'll be fun, you know, as long as the food is green, you eat it, you know, green eggs and ham, just put that there too. Well, when we come back, your top stories and a look at this week's weather forecast.
Keep it here for more Good Morning Texas.
Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. Today we have our reporter Chelsea Moreno in the News and Weather Center with the latest. What's happening in the news this week, Chelsea?
Hello and a good morning to you all. Women's health study findings show that public health officials asked the New England Journal of Medicine to remove Texas from a recent study that showed women in the state who have lost access to health services due to Planned Parenthood being removed from the family planning program. The study, which was published last month, has lawmakers challenging its findings, saying the data does not accurately represent views from the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. Jennifer Zays, spokeswoman for the New England Journal of Medicine, argued that the article did include a note that the analysis did not directly reflect the Commission's beliefs. Criticism of the study also suggested that other outlets where women in Texas can receive health care were not included. Wills Brown and Francesca Cicero, newly elected president and vice president of the Graduate Student Assembly, say their passion for student affairs have inspired them to make organization more well-known around the UT campus. Voter turnout results show that only 402 students out of the 11,331 graduate student body showed up to vote in the election. While campaigning for their positions, Brown and Cicero explained that the importance of graduate students to get involved with the university. The students' plan, while in office, includes raising awareness for graduate student health, increasing the hourly wage for graduate assistants, adding agencies for women's and LBGT issues, and encouraging dialogue about campus carry ahead of the 2017 legislative session. Subleasing for college students can be quite lengthy and stressful. A new app launching in the city of Austin wants to change that. Shared housing app Roomy launches in Austin this week. Roomy is a free mobile platform that helps people find flexible, affordable co-living solutions. Was built to solve. CEO Ajay Yadav said he wanted to fix these problems by reinventing the way people search and connect in the rental industry. The app will be available on Android and iOS. That's your news for the week. Back to you.
Well, I think that number of the amount of graduate students that turned out is really astonishing. 402 out of over 11,000. That's right around like 3 or 4%. I just think that students need to be more involved with school.
Definitely.
These are the people that are trying to make decisions for the student body. They want to do things to help them. So I think that unless you get involved, you're really not as active in the university as you should be. And speaking of that, there have been lots of issues with subleasing, finding apartments, things of those nature.
Yeah, like I know there's Facebook pages, related to subleasing and stuff like that, but it can get really lengthy, really confusing, and sometimes you have all these posts, you sometimes don't know what you're really getting into. But this app looks like it might just fix the problem for many students, because people are subleasing and trying to move in, but then when you get there, sometimes the place isn't what you thought it was, or it's just a whole bunch of stuff happening around. But Chelsea, how's our weather looking for this week?
Well, we've got a big change from those sunny skies we've been basking in for the past week as the clouds roll in and give us some much needed showers. Today there will be a high of 77 with a very high chance of rainfall and severe thunderstorms, mainly before the afternoon. As we head into tonight, we should expect a low around 58 with a 50% chance of rain. For the rest of the evenings this week, we should expect temperatures to be from the mid to low 50s with a 60% chance of rainfall until about Friday night, where skies will clear up nicely, just in time for your Saturday outing. Into the new week, we can expect highs around the mid to high 80s, perfect for getting your spring break tan started just right. For your news and weather, I'm Chelsea Moreno. Back to you.
Thanks, Chelsea. It's nice to hear that after this week of just bipolar weather, is it going to rain, is it not, is it humid, is it cold, that we're going to see some sunshine and some stability throughout the week.
Well, I actually have been enjoying the rain. It's just a switch up from the usual 80-degree weather in February and March. It doesn't feel like, technically it's still winter, almost spring. I think the rain was a nice little refresher. Now, when we come back, spring break is up, and we've got that covered on what you need to have a great time. Whether you're going on a beach trip, cruise, or staying in Austin over spring break, our reporters Kylie Badgley and Rachel Melanson put together the spring break essentials along with a healthy snack idea.
Spring break's right around the corner, so we're going to show you what you need for the perfect spring break.
So this spring break, some of my friends are just going to stay in Austin, maybe go to Zilker, South Congress, and a lot of them are going on beach trips.
Well, whether you're going to the beach on a cruise or you're just staying here at Zilker, all of these essentials are very important. Right here we have a water bottle because it's very important to be hydrated, especially if you're out in the sun all day.
And speaking of the sun, we have sunscreen, we have the spray kind and the lotion. Those are very important to prevent skin cancer and just keep your skin looking nice and youthful.
And if you want a more fashionable way to protect from the sun, we have these big floppy hats. They're very wide, so they really protect your skin from the sun, as well as these nice sunglasses to protect your eyes.
Yes. And with all of that, you can get a towel, maybe a nice blanket, and then a cute bag to put all of it in.
Now that you have all the essentials you need, you can relax with a nice fruit kebab. Simply pop different pieces of fruit on a skewer stick and voila!
These fruit kebabs are so easy to make, and they're the perfect snack for a day out in the sun.
I'm Rachel Melanson.
And I'm Kylie Badgley. Good morning, Texas.
Well, I'm really looking forward to spring break, but unfortunately I'm not going anywhere too exciting. I'll be in Topeka, Kansas, visiting some family, but I do have a spring break birthday, so that's something to look forward to.
That is. Well, at least you're going out of the state. Y'all have some very exciting hosts because I'm staying in Austin to work.
Some very unexciting hosts.
Some very unexciting hosts because, my goodness, I mean, you have to make in that money, you know? But I think here in Austin, there's a lot of things you could do as well. I mean, you could go kayaking, you could paddleboard, you could go hiking, you could go to Montpanel and look at the beautiful view. There's just so many outdoor things that you could do. And that's why I'm saying, y'all, bring your sunscreen during spring break.
Yeah, I think it's great living in Austin, having so many outdoor activities to do, and also you can go downtown. You can work if that's what you need to do. I think also I might use spring break to catch up on some studying that I've been behind on this semester.
Procrastinating on.
Overall, I'm going to use spring break as a break from school, definitely.
Definitely, I think we all deserve that, and we need to catch up on some Z's. We gotta sleep in as much as we can, right?
Well, I think that everyone's been really hitting the gym, working on their spring break bodies. I just think that no matter where you're going, whether you're going to the beach or staying in, I think that everybody is a spring break body.
Definitely. You know, anybody can do whatever they want, and they can eat whatever they want, just like I do. But definitely, everybody does have a spring break body. But make sure to stay tuned for Good Morning Texas right after this break. Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. As we all know, Austin will be swarmed by South by Southwest goers in the coming days and over the next week as the Interactive Film and Music Festival begins.
President Obama and the First Lady are slated to speak. The president is headlining a DNC fundraising event with rap artist J. Cole. Protests will be interviewed by Texas Tribune CEO and Editor-in-Chief Evan Smith.
And First Lady Michelle Obama will speak next Wednesday about her Let Girls Learn initiative about worldwide female education. Her event is on March 16th and is open to all South by Southwest Music, Film, Gold, and Platinum registrants.
Yeah, you know, her speaking is coming at a great time. I mean, it's International Women's Month, and so it's a perfect time for her to come speak, and I think that's a very good thing that we need to start talking about.
I think it's beautiful when women empower other women and we show that we can do anything we want.
Well, I definitely look forward to seeing what she has to say. I know that she's always been really, really adamant about getting women, especially young girls, into school. Throughout the world, there are several girls who don't have the opportunity to get an education, so I think that it's really important to shine light on those issues and try to help those young girls.
Definitely. Also, President Obama is coming in with J. Cole. Let's see how that goes. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, you know, I don't have the funds to buy a ticket to go because they range. They can go up to, I believe it's like $10,000. But it all goes, you know, towards because it's for it's donation. So it goes straight to an organization. So I think that's great.
Right, yeah, and South by Southwest always brings really great opportunities. I know they have even like workshops for up-and-coming artists to help them build their brand and just tips on how to get them more experienced in their field. So I think that's great. I think that's really great.
And this will be the first time in 30 years that a standing president and the First Lady are both at this event. So I think it's a really special South by Southwest. And also President Obama will be discussing civic engagement, which is something that I think especially our generation really needs to get more involved. You saw the numbers from our student government, and that can be reflected on national elections as well.
Definitely. And also, I know South by is going out of the country. Well, actually, other countries are coming to South by because they're going to have this booth with Mexico. They're partnering up with them, and they're starting up companies that from Mexico that are going to present their platforms to everyone. It's a great opportunity to network and get to meet, get to know what other people around the world are doing.
Oh yeah, and also, I mean, who's not excited about the artists coming?
Definitely.
I know last year Snoop Dogg was here, so that is just so cool. And I'm really excited to see K-Camp too. He's worked with, I know, Jeremiah, and he's worked with just a bunch of big artists, so I'm really excited for that.
Well, I have never been to South by, and like I said, I'll be in Kansas this spring break. So maybe next year will be my first chance to experience South by Southwest, hopefully next year.
And even, if you don't have badges, there's also many free events that you could go to throughout the whole week. So it'll be a lot of fun. Right. But I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in to Good Morning Texas this morning.
I'm Chelsea Moreno.
I'm Brianna Stone, and check out our previous episodes by visiting our YouTube page. And for more updates throughout the week, follow us on Twitter at GoodMorningTX.
And I'm Sandy Marin. Thanks for watching. See you next week on Good Morning Texas.